So welcome to the demo session on Terraform. A quick introduction about myself. My name is Santosh. Overall, I've got 14 plus years of experience in IT. I have over 4 plus years of experience into training IT courses. So my specialty is into Azure Terraform cybersecurity. I hold around 15 plus industry leading certifications. Um, so I work in Terraform day in day out. Okay, as one of the additional responsibilities that I take up. Right. So I want to explain the scope of the demo. So we'll look at the introduction to Terraform. We'll see why Terraform. We'll see the Terraform basic workflow. I will try to show you a sample demonstration of a resource group deployment, how you can create a resource group using Terraform. And I'm going to explain the course outline. So introduction to Terraform. So what is Terraform? So Terraform is a cloud automation tool. It's an infrastructure as code tool, right? Now, what is infrastructure as code, right? So you deploy or you create resources. So obviously there are many cloud providers. You have AWS, Azure, GCP, right? Oracle. All these cloud providers we have to create resources, right, for the application team for the business. So to create the resources, I mean, obviously we can do manually, but using Terraform, you can automate that, right? You can automate the creation of the resources using Terraform. So infrastructure as code means you deploy a code to create the infrastructure. That is called infrastructure as code. So it does orchestration. It has multiple provider support. What is a provider? In simple terms, provider is the cloud platform. Okay? The platform where you're going to create the resources like AWS, Azure, GCP. There are many more, right? It helps you deploy immutable infrastructure. It is a bit easy to understand. The language is called HashiCorp Configuration Language (HCL). It is easily portable to another provider. And yeah, so these are the various advantages of using Terraform plus, an introduction to Terraform. So Terraform is mostly like a plug and play tool. You can just download and just start using it. No specific installation required. Um, no specific agent required. So it's an agent-less tool, right? So why Terraform? We already have discussed a little bit. It's multi-cloud, multi-provider support. It's declarative in nature. That means you just define what you need, right? Behind the scenes, it's going to generate those API URLs and API calls. It's going to make the API calls and it's going to create the resource for you. So you just define what you need. You just define, let's say, I need two resource groups. It's going to create two resource groups, right? It can also help create mutable and immutable infrastructure. There is state management as well in Terraform. So obviously there are benefits. You can deploy resources at scale, easy to understand, right? So we have many advantages of using Terraform. Why Terraform? Okay. Now a basic Terraform workflow, right? If you look at this workflow, the first step is initialization. Second step is planning. Third step is apply. And fourth step is optional, like destroy. So we can destroy or we need not destroy. It's up to us. And there's a requirement to destroy, you can destroy the resources. Okay. So three important steps in the workflow: init, plan, and apply. Right. So what is init? Init is going to first initialize the working directory where it is going to download the required plugins. Right. So that is the initialization stage. So what is important for Terraform is the working directory where we have our code, where we have our Terraform executable. Okay, that's what is called working directory. Okay, so Terraform needs to initialize the working directory. It needs to download the required plugin. And simply, what is a plugin? Plugin is the code for the provider that you have selected. Then comes the plan. Let's say you have code written for deploying resource groups, deploying VMs, right? So that it will generate an execution plan. It's going to tell through the plan, it's going to tell what it is going to do. Is it going to create? Is it going to destroy? Is it going to update? Whatever. Right? So plan is simply an execution plan to reach a desired state. So meaning what you need is going to be can be seen in the plan. So plan is nothing like, okay, what it is going to do. That's what it is, right? Then at the Terraform apply, then comes the Terraform apply. At this stage, you will apply the plan. So what this is where the actual execution happens, and this is where your resources are either created, updated, or deleted. Okay? So Terraform applies state apply, then makes the changes in the infrastructure as defined in the plan, and the infrastructure comes to the desired state. Terraform destroy is used to delete also the old infrastructure if you have, and then that's it. That is Terraform apply. And then Terraform destroy. I mean, whatever the resource you created using Terraform, you can use Terraform destroy to destroy or delete those resources according to the order, like order you define. So that is Terraform destroy. Obviously, it's optional. So you may or may not use that. Sometimes you don't need to use that, right? Um, so this is the basic introduction of Terraform, and why we are using Terraform and the basic workflow of Terraform. Okay. So looking at the code, I'm going to show you the code. Okay. Let me remove this. This is not required. Okay. Let me go to just main.tf. I'm not going to put anything else. Let me rename all the other files. Terraform vast states equal. Okay, I think we're good. We also rename this. I don't need this, right? So I have put the code. This is the code to create a resource group, right? This is another resource group. So there is one resource group I'm creating. There are one, two, three. There are three other resource groups I'm creating. I'm going to delete this, not required. So we'll just focus on, the code to create the resource group. This is the code to create the resource group. Very simple. It requires a resource block, and it requires a resource group, like the name of the resource that you want to create and the block name, and that's it. Okay. So first, as usual, I'm going to do a Terraform init, right? So we discussed about it. Terraform init, I will do. It is going to initialize the website, initialize the working directory. For some reason, it says migrating, so that's fine. I don't need to. Let me do a plan. Okay. Migrating state from, okay, what I will do is, let me go to another file, another folder. That's better one. Okay. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all of these. Just a minute. VS code is still coming up. Okay. Here I'm going to delete everything. I don't need all this because these are earlier roots. This. So I'm just going to say resource and then Azure RM. I don't know why this is. Delete this. First, let me do a Terraform. Do I have Terraform? Yeah, I do have Terraform. Let me do Terraform init. So I'm just going to create a resource group here. It's very simple. So this is how we create a resource group. Name is equal to test RG123, 213 or whatever. Location is equal to East US. That's it. This is how we create a resource group, right? Very simple. And I'm going to do a plan. And once done with the plan, I can go ahead and apply. So init is already done. Init stage is done. Now plan. So plan is going to generate a plan. And as you see in the plan, it's going to generate a plan. What is the plan? It's plan one to add, meaning one resource to add. That is the plan. And then you will see what it is going to create, right? And then I'm going to do an apply. Okay. Once I do apply, it's going to create this resource. So this is, I mean, this is very simplest form, but you can imagine that, we can scale it, we can create a lot of resources, other resources, PMs, you name it. There are a lot of things, right? So this generates or this creates the resource pool for us. This is how we write code in Terraform 2. Obviously, we can write say one time. There is just it's not repeatable. There are a lot of things we can automate within Terraform. We can make it like don't repeat yourself type of principles we can apply. And yeah, there are many things that we can do in Terraform. So this is going to be your course outline, introduction to Terraform, state management, resource deployment concepts, multiple resource deployment using meta arguments, locals and variables, data sources, provisioners, registry, workspaces, cloud, Terraform functions, lifecycle meta arguments, and Terraform modules. The topics are high level. There are also subtopics. And it is not just that we are going to cover what it is mentioned. There are also other topics which we will cover, which is not there here, right? Something extra we'll try to cover and be helpful. Now, one, if people who are already in Terraform, this course will be really helpful for you to understand the code. Second, if people are targeting to complete certification, this course will be really helpful for you. Plus, third, if people are like starting up, yes, this will be really helpful. So we are going to start from scratch, okay? And I'm going to explain you everything from the beginning, how things work, what is what, okay? Remember, it's a Terraform in Azure course. It's not Azure course, okay? So Terraform maximum focus is on Terraform concepts, not in Azure concepts.